Greetings everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft modding episode, and in this episode we are going to be looking at LLibrary and what it has to offer. And the first thing we're going to be looking at from LLibrary is, there should be some mic disturbance now, is commands. And if we just go ahead and head into our reference libraries and into the LLibrary right here, you'll see there's a lot in here. And what we're going to be working with are commands. And so, as to, if you compare it to the earlier versions of, or just basically how you do without LLibrary, it is a lot easier with LLibrary. So I'll open up this command class right here, which basically has everything. It has so many functions. You can go ahead and look it over. And yeah, you can basically look at all these classes and you can slowly begin to realize all that you can do with this command. So we're just going to be making a very simple command, a kill player command, just like the one in Minecraft, except it's not going to be that one, it's going to be your own. And it should be able to kill other players, because as far as I'm concerned, if you do /kill and then you put in a player name, it's going to kill yourself. At least that's what I've come to realize when using the kill command on my friends on servers. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So first of all, we're going to be needing another event, and this will be the FML server starting event. And so we're just going to be putting this in our main class, and we'll call it on server starting. Sorry. And this one will be using the FML server starting. It's very important that it's server starting and not server started or stopped or stopping. I see there's a lot, but it's the starting. Okay. We're going to be calling a class called mod commands that does not exist yet. .init with the event as the parameter, and it, as you can see, we're pretty much trying to replicate the way that we're doing blocks and items, because I like that way of doing it. And this will, of course, as well, in it where we have our other mod thingies. So we're going to be making this method here, public static void init with a FML server starting event as a parameter, and this is where our command is going to be called from. So we're going to be making a new package, and this one I'll call command. And inside here, we're going to be needing our command class. So command, and let's call it kill player, because it kills the player. This needs to implement this file down here called iCommand executor. It's an interface, and it has this execute function, which is called, as you can see, called when a command with the correct arguments gets executed. So we need to implement that in our command class here, and now I'll say you need to add the unimplemented methods, which is of course the execute method, like so. Which we don't remove the whole thing. I just want to make it variable for me to look at. Okay, we're going to be needing a constructor as well, and in here we need a command argument, which is this class right here. So let's just go and import that one, not any of the other ones, but the one with a library. And we're going to be needing the FML server starting event. Okay. We're going to be going back into our mod commands, because we'll work on the command afterwards. But now we need to call it. So command kill player. We're going to be making a short name for it here, kill player, and that is equal to a new command, kill player. And we already have the event here, but as for the command, we need to call a command create function inside the command class, and as you can see it here, command create, it returns command, and it requires a string, and this string is what is going to be in game. So if you want to call the command, that will be this name. So we're going to be calling this kill player like this. So we pass in kill player. And we can now go into our command kill player, and in here we can now work on our command. And the way this works is that we have our command and we can do all these things with it. For an example, we can add required arguments or optional arguments. We can set the permission levels required, and yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff we can do right here. Down here we can get player name, get entity list. There's a few things we can do, but we're going to be adding a required argument, and this argument will be this is the name of the argument. So this we'll call it target, because it's the target that is going to die. And the types that you can pass in are, I don't remember them all, or maybe I do. There's integer, float, double. I think there's boolean as well. There's item stack and entity player, and string as well, and probably character. I'm not sure about character, but I know there's all the standard ones that you'll be needing, like integer and float, and player and item stack. And you can go ahead and make your own. I'll probably make a video on that later, but for now it's just going to be a standard command. So we're going to be using the player, of course, because that is what the target is. And we also need to register the command, and we can do that in here. So command handler, and it's this enum file right here. As you can see, a library, and we need to get into it by the instance, and we need to register the command. We already have the event, we already have the command, and the executor is this file because we're implementing iCommand executor. So you can just go ahead and put in this. That's good. That's how we register our commands. And now for what happens when this command is executed. So when this command is executed, and first of all, we're just going to be making a if argument dot has argument target. Alright, so we're just making sure, even though it's a required argument, I think it should already only execute if it has the argument, but we're just going to put in that, and then we're going to be doing we're going to be making an instance of the entity player multiplayer. So let's just import that. Well, player equals import that, and that will be equal to arguments that get argument target. So that's an entity player, but we need to cast this to entity player MP, like so. So now we have access to the player that we're actually putting in to our command, and so we can do that player and call the onKill command, which is yeah, it's called by the /kill command. And yeah, we can also add a message, so let us just quickly do that. Let's make it funny. The player who dies, player dot add chat message, and they changed this in 1.9. It's new text, component string, and this is where you put your message. So we'll put in the sender of the command, chose, or not chose, that's to choose anyway, killed you for good, and we'll put in the name for whoever dies, player dot get name. Yeah, exclamation mark. Okay, and we can go ahead and run the game. Should be good, yeah. So yeah, just a brief summary of what we did. We have our FML server starting event in here, which is actually the one being called because we have this event handler. We call the init function in the mod commands, where we then call the constructor in the command kill player, and we create our command, and now we add the required arguments and we register the command. And then it's also in this class we have a function called execute, which is called when the command is executed. And so, without further ado, let's kill ourselves. Do you want to see me die, Piggy? Do you? You want to see me die. Well, you're going to get what you came for. As you can see, the kill player has been added, and if I click tab, our name comes up, and yeah, RIP. And as you can see, it says player 408 killed you for good. Player 480. And that is not 480, that is 408. But yeah, our items and logs went really far from each other. Did we die over here? Did we? Holy shit, look at that. Look at that reach. They fly away. Okay. Anyway, that is it for commands, for the basic way that commands work. Of course, there's a lot of things you can do and change for the player. You can also let me just quickly show you what you pretty much can do. Here is a player. We can also get the world by doing player.get world object. Oops, that is not in the entity player MP. Let's do this. World equals dot. Oh my god. Sorry, that player.get world object. Is that not a thing? Okay, that is not a thing. There's get entity world. That was probably there before. A world get entity world. Yeah. Like so, and you can mess around with the world, like is raining, or you can, that's not how you put rain string. You do rain strength and you put that to like 5f. That makes it rain. You can spawn in lightnings, you can spawn in entities, you can make the player's camera go crazy, you can teleport the player, you can do all kinds of shit with this. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how it basically works, and this is in this function where you basically do all your magic. So yeah, that is how you make commands with LLibrary. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, have a good day and night, and I'm out.